So it's late, and I just got back from an Ace of Base concert. Got me some slack, okay? The 90s were a great time to be alive, as far as I'm concerned. And I saw Quantum of Solace yesterday, and I figured I'd try to get a review of tonight. So Quantum of Solace, yeah, I have mixed feelings about this one, very mixed feelings, because unlike Casino Royale, I wasn't left with the "oh my god, what a great movie" feeling after I finished seeing it. But at the same time, I can't say it was a bad movie. I can't say I was bored. I was just, I guess the word I'm looking for is underwhelming, because although, you know, Daniel Craig is still doing, as far as I'm concerned, is still doing a great job as James Bond. He really is, from a physical point of view and an emotional point of view, he really is an intimidating James Bond, which is exactly how you want to be. You want James Bond to be kind of like the Batman of the spy world, you know. You want him to be the one that everybody's scared of, and the one who can get out of any kind of situation using both his head and his muscles. Lately, both in Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace, he's used his muscles more than anything. His opponent wasn't that big of a deal to begin with. My biggest problem with the movie is the negative character, the villain, Dominic Green. I just think he is totally uninteresting. He's French to begin with, and he's short. And the final confrontation with James Bond, he comes at him with an axe, and if you come at a guy with an axe and I'm still kind of like going, oh, you know, then you really failed as a character as far as I'm concerned. But it's really hard to buy that this short little French dude could ever outfight James Bond, played as he is played by Daniel Craig, who is this big blonde Hulk of a British guy, you know. But, you know, I was surprised by how well I bought Olga Kurylenko as a Bond girl. I don't know, she got to kick some ass, and, you know, she looked good. So I think she really worked at more than Denise Richards anyway, more than any recent Bond girl, except of course Eva Green. I don't know, something about Olga Kurylenko in this role just clicked for me, and I can't say anything against her. The story was a little bit all over the place, but I, for one, hated the last 20 minutes of Casino Royale. I thought it was too big of a ship for that movie. All of a sudden, Bond is kind of living the good life with his baby. But Quantum of Solace didn't have any shifts like that. I did like the idea of James Bond on the loose, nobody able to control him, kind of going up against everybody, but still being basically the good guy, but kind of like, as all you D&D playing dudes would know, he was kind of like chaotic good in this. He was a chaotic good character in this movie. Level 15, I don't know, he was like level 15 or 20 or something, and constantly rolled a 20 to keep up the D&D analogies. So yeah, Quantum Solace, like I said, very mixed feelings. I think it's still better than Die Another Day or any of the more recent Pierce Brosnan James Bond movies. But at the same time, I can't help but feel that this whole thing about leading into Quantum of Solace being the second in a trilogy ultimately hurt it. Like, it hurt a lot of other movies that are kind of stuck in the middle, like say Matrix Reloaded and Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. I think that being the second in a trilogy ultimately hurt Quantum of Solace, because you kept feeling like, oh well, this is leading to something, this is leading to Bond really taking on Quantum of Solace, the Quantum Organization. But this movie, even the ending with the big explosion of the hotel in the desert, it felt very underwhelming for me. And it even felt kind of sad when the French dude comes at James Bond with an axe. I mean, there's no way you're gonna win that fight, okay? So might as well just go into the desert and drink some more water right now.